Welcome to our third video on using Adobe Express for movie making. So we've got our spaceship, we've got our different clips in here. I want to add titles now, I want to add text on the page. So to do that, I'm going to go over to the text button. I'm going to make sure I've got the clip selected that I want the titles on. So I want some titles to appear here. And you notice there are some preset ones. So we could put one of these looks in. So for example, I could pull up the summer sale and it would put it up here, and I could double click on the words and I could say space warp, if that's the name of it. I could change that, but I don't really like the look of that. So I'm actually going to get rid of this, and I'm just going to add some text in general. So I'm going to click add your text, and you notice it puts it here. Immediately it's in black, so we can't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the color I want. And I want a nice bright yellow. So I'm going to click more colors and scroll down. That looks like a good yellow. So now you can see a little better. I can click on it and move it around. I'm going to move it over here to the left because the ship's on the right, and I want the ship to kind of fly into the words. That's looking pretty good. Let me go ahead and highlight it and type what I want it to say. So I want to call this movie Space Warp. Okay, looking better. Kind of like this text, but this font. Let's see if there's a better one I can pick. What looks more spacey? I like this one. Okay, that works, but it's too big. So we can use the plus and minus here to shrink this down. Now we're getting somewhere. I really like the look of that. So that's going to be our look. At this point, I can preview it by hitting play. Looks pretty good. I think I like that. So the only thing is it's a little plain. So I'm going to click on these words, and I can do some different things here with the way they're animated. I can go to animation, and I can decide how it looks when the words appear and when they disappear. So I'm going to say in, and you notice I've got all these neat transitions, as from the simple fade to something like a flicker to growing and shrinking. It can even tumble in, but I'm not going to do that. So I kind of like drift because it both fades in and drifts in from the side. So I'm going to pick drift, and that's the way the words are going to appear. Now I can also pick how they go away. And so I'm going to do, let's see, I could drift again. They drift out the other way. Let's see if that looks good. Okay, and don't be afraid to try things out and change them if you need to. So let's watch this now. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I like it. All right, so I've got my titles in. The only other thing you may want to add is background music, and Adobe has a lot of background music already in there. So I'm going to go back to media, and you notice I'm going to be on audio, and it has all these audio loops that you can drop in, and it describes it a little bit, but if you want to hear it, you just hit play. Doesn't really sound like space music. Let's see, classical, sailing away on a new adventure. That might work. Let's listen. That definitely sounds kind of spacey. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it and drop it in. And it will put this music over my movie. Let's see what our movie looks like now. Not too bad. So the last thing we need to do is we need to get this video project finished and to our teacher. And that's what we're going to talk about in the last video.